When someone disappears, those who are left behind often say it is a fate worse than death. Many unanswered questions remain when someone goes missing, making the agonising pain last a lifetime. Disturbingly, each year thousands of people disappear in America alone. While many disappearances can be attributed to suicide, homicide or voluntary disappearance, there have been a few that are quite strange. We've discovered 5 strange and mysterious disappearances that continue to intrigue the public. Number 5. Charlie Ross. On July the 1st, 1874, a young boy named Charlie Ross vanished. On that day, Charlie and his brother Walter were playing outside of their mansion in the affluent neighbourhood of Germantown, Philadelphia. 2 men in the area had given the siblings candy a few times before they approached them one last time, promising the reward of firecrackers which were in their truck instead of candy. Once the siblings were in the truck, the men drove into the city. They pulled over in front of a shop and handed Walter 25 cents to buy some fireworks, and as soon as Walter stepped out, the men sped away with Charlie still inside. The parents only learned of the kidnapping after a neighbour told them that she'd seen the boys riding in a buggy. Walter safely returned home after being found. Not long after, the family received a chilling note riddled with misspellings and strange phrases. A second note arrived demanding $20,000 for Charlie's return, which was a lot of money in 1874. The boy's father worked tirelessly with the police to trace the source of the letters with no leads. Eventually, the letters stopped arriving completely. 5 months after the kidnapping, 2 men by the name of William Mosher and Joseph Douglas were robbing a home when they were both shot. Mosher was killed while Douglas was still barely alive. Before his death, Douglas confessed to kidnapping Charlie Ross, however, did not state whether he was alive or dead. Sadly, little Charlie and his whereabouts were never uncovered. Today, all that remains is the ominous warning, don't take candy from strangers. Number 4. Paula Weldon. One December afternoon in 1946, 18-year-old sophomore Paula Weldon left the room at Bennington College to go on a hike and was never seen again. According to her roommate, Paula's last words were, "I'm through with studies, I'm taking a long walk." She thought this was strange, as Vermont's Long Trail was quite an extensive trek. The conditions outside were extremely chilly and Paula's outfit wasn't fit for the cold weather. By nightfall, her roommate began to worry, however said nothing until the following morning before calling authorities. State investigators quickly started their search for Paula and discovered many witnesses claiming to have seen the girl walking to the trail. One of them even warned Paula against travelling into the mountains without heavier clothing. However, she reportedly ignored him and continued on her way. Another man claimed to have picked up a young girl hitchhiking, similar to Paula's appearance. After days of searching, Paula's father was furious with the lack of professionalism from the police, as no records had been kept for the first 10 days of the investigation. Search parties continued on the Long Trail, but poor weather eventually forced the last willing participants to turn away. One of the eerier theories of this case points to the Bennington Triangle, a notorious section of southwestern Vermont where 5 people, including Paula, vanished between 1945 and 1950. Sadly, to this day, Paula's body has never been found and her fate remains a mystery. Number 3. Dorothy Arnold. On December the 12th, 1910, Dorothy Arnold vanished without a trace while shopping with $25 to $30 on hand, which was a great deal of cash at the time, and intending to buy a new dress for her younger sister's upcoming debutante party. However, Dorothy never made it to any dress shops and disappeared after saying goodbye to her friend on 27th Street. Her friend has said that Dorothy planned to cut through Central Park on her way home, but by dinner time she had not yet returned. Her parents were distraught, stating their daughter never missed family meals without first informing them of her whereabouts. Due to her family's wealth, they kept Dorothy's disappearance hidden from the outside world and hired private Pinkerton detectives to secretly look into their daughter's case. After several weeks without any luck, the family had no choice but to file a missing persons report with the police in mid-January 1911. Dorothy's case was soon a media sensationalised public affair, and countless theories about Dorothy's disappearance soon grew. Rumours began to spread that Dorothy was having a summer affair and had even undergone an illegal abortion or experienced amnesia that caused her to forget her identity, while others stated that she'd been murdered. Countless sightings of Dorothy surfaced for years after her disappearance. However, none of these was ever resulted in success. Despite all the theories, the mystery behind Dorothy's disappearance was never solved. Dorothy's father has spent about $250,000 attempting to locate her. Dorothy's mother remained hopeful until her death in 1928. Number 2. Skelton Brothers. On Thanksgiving Day 2010, three brothers, Tanner Skelton, aged 5, Alexander Skelton, aged 7, and Andrew Skelton, aged 9 years, went missing after last being seen playing in their father's backyard. The children's parents, Tanya and John, had recently divorced after their father had left with the boys without telling their mother. It was after that incident that the children's mother was granted full custody of the children, with John getting visitation rights as well as a right to spend time with the boys for the Thanksgiving's holiday for just one night. The trouble started when the boys did not get dropped off at Tanya's home at the agreed upon time. This prompted Tanya to call John. He didn't respond. Checking John's Facebook page, Tanya discovered a chilling message which read, "May God and Tanya forgive me." Panicked, Tanya quickly phoned police. It was discovered that John had given his children to a friend known as Joanne. However, he stated he did not have an address or phone number for Joanne. Upon searching his browser history, they uncovered web searches for how to break someone's neck and poisoning, along with finding a few suspicious items such as bottles of bleach, stain remover and odour remover. An Amber Alert was issued along with a nationwide search for Joanne, before John confessed to giving his sons to a group called United Foster Outreach. However, no such company exists. John Skelton was arrested and charged with 3 counts of kidnapping and 3 counts of unlawful imprisonment. He is currently serving 10 to 15 years in prison. John still insists that the boys are alive, however keeps on changing the name of the organisation that took them. Sadly, the hunt for Andrew, Alexander and Tanner continues. Number 1. Summer Camp. On July the 27th, 1973, 15-year-old Benita Mara Bonnie Pickwick slipped away from camp with her 16-year-old boyfriend Mitchell Fred Weiser. It was reported that the two teenagers were serious, even to the point where they exchanged wedding rings. On the day they departed, Mitchell made the journey to Wilmette to hook up with Bonnie. From there, they had a plan to hitchhike 156 miles to attend Summer Jam, a massive outdoor music festival. Bonnie and Mitchell left carrying backpacks, sleeping bags, and approximately $25 between them. A trucker picked up the couple and gave them a lift part of the way before dropping them off. This was the point the two teenagers vanished. Before they vanished, their friends noted they felt something wasn't right with the two, with Bonnie reportedly quitting a job just before summer camp. Complicating the mystery is that police bungled the investigation, losing crucial files, among which were each teen's only set of dental records. As a result, no real progress towards an answer occurred for more than a quarter century. There was only one lead from a man named Alan Smith, who claimed to have seen the couple while hitchhiking to the same music festival. He states that they pulled over to take a dip in the lake and he saw Bonnie get swept away by a current, followed by Mitchell diving in after her. Instead of helping the couple, Alan states that he and the driver he was with simply rode off and never reported the incident. However, after searching the area years later, no bodies were found. If found alive, Bonnie would be 59 now and Mitchell would be 60. Their families maintain an active website and welcome any and all help in discovering the truth.